morning we'll be chatting with a very, very interesting young lady. She's an artist. Her name is Keturah Gamba. Recently, she switched gears to focus on some of the issues that we are facing in society. Her contributions are making a difference. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers.
My first question to you, for those looking on as well, who is Keturah Gamba?
Keturah Gamba is a local artist who has been on the circuit approximately 3 years now. I've started with the genre of reggae, then I went to dancehall, then soca. But in recent times, these recent months that passed, after seeing all these incidents with women being murdered because they don't want to stay in a relationship, I decided to switch the style a bit. It was a moment of epiphany for me to do something or sing something positive that would have an impact on someone else's life.
So just a few months ago, you had this, you switched gears a bit.
This is my first song after switching up the mix. Yeah, okay. This is my first song.
This song is called I Am Woman.
Yeah.
What went into this? A lot of thinking.
I'm going to get into a little personal details here. Before the total song was completed in terms of composition, the writing of the lyrics, I already had the first stanza of the song almost a year ago. And this was because of my personal experience as a woman. So on seeing these incidents with these women being murdered, brutally murdered, you know, it stirred up my emotions. And that was the driving force to continue to put pen to paper for the rest of lyrics for this music. I was a bit skeptical in putting it out there because it's like a whole change in image, it's a whole change in character after you brand yourself a particular way already. But nevertheless, I had the support of Mr. Anthony Woodruff of Brass Institute. He's also my musical director and music theory teacher. And he was like, you know, this could reach somewhere. It's a positive message. You know, you prayed, you had your moment of epiphany. Put this out there and see where it could reach. So I know the style is totally different. It might be a turn-off for some fans that I've already gained in the past, but say what, this is my drive, this is the direction I've decided to go to. Yeah.
Is it a soca type song?
Oh, the thing with this song, I remembered two individuals told me, but I can't tell the genre, this is calypso, and another person was like, no, it's reggae dancehall. And I was like, I can't even tell the genre. The thing is, there's so many different elements of Caribbean music in this song. So you have the little reggae feel, then you also have the calypso with the congas, and you have the trumpets blowing, which is more calypso type oriented music. And plus with my dancehall swag, I kind of rough up certain parts of the verse in terms of executing the song, yeah.
How do you feel knowing that you're making a contribution in terms of creating awareness?
It's a good...
Your music is no longer entertainment. It's not just about entertaining, it's about educating.
Yes, and getting a positive message out there. The thing is, I remember, I'm just going into one little scenario so that you could understand. So many women go through that domestic violence, but you know what? They prefer to hide and stay in the background because of shame and embarrassment, or probably the person who is probably, the abuser is probably the breadwinner in the house. One little example. Before I put out this song, I remember putting a post of makeup that was done by Ephraim Hunt with an abused face. People actually believed that that post was real. They spread it like wildfire on Facebook. I didn't mind because that was the reaction I wanted. But what had me amazed, someone told, a friend of mine came back and told me, why Keturah would put that up there? Is she crazy? So what I was thinking, let us say I was really going through this dilemma right now, and if I had put that up there, what is so crazy of a woman reaching out to say, hey, I'm being abused, I need a situation to be sorted out, whatever way what's so crazy about that? That is to show society's look on it is something to hide. Anything that is not of the bright light or fame or something that people consider to be of little value or embarrassment, people have this tendency to hide. They wouldn't want to come out and speak about it. So just putting up that post was an eye-opener for me, how people really view domestic violence, why women tend to hide because of the shame, the environment, the embarrassment, you know. Probably that abuser might be the provider, all these different issues. It might be a case of crazy love, especially when you're young, as a young woman. Most young women go through crazy love, thinking if it's their fault, this person is abusing me, and not realizing that is the abuser is the one with the problem.
Wonderful.
So I don't know.
You said that the purpose of your music really is to come out, to encourage women to come out and speak about...
Yeah, come out and, you know, speak about the issues, seek help. You know, we need to assist one another as women, because one of our greatest downfall is, as women, one of our greatest downfall is the fact that we are scared of what another woman has to say about us. And, you know, we as women need to help each other. We have institutions for domestic violence, and at least in coming out of a domestic violence situation, you must get assistance, some sort of assistance. It's something that cannot be done on your own. It cannot be done on your own. You need assistance either from family, friends, or institution, legal assistance. We have the law for that also to deal with these problems.
Now, there is a little notion that, you know, a lot of people don't like to get involved in relationships because 1 minute you're fighting and the next minute the person who tried to intervene becomes the enemy. What are your thoughts on that?
That's very true. I, too, have passed through that experience because, as I said, there's something called crazy love. So, at one moment, you may be thinking, oh, I'm ready to come out of this relationship because the argument or the situation is probably really heated at that point in time. And when everything settles and you hear the story of, okay, I'm really sorry, then you're wondering if it's your fault. One thing I've never turned on anyone who tried to help or who probably gave a positive advice, but there are women who would be insulted by someone trying to help them get out of the situation. But what happened, I think these women need to reach a stage of maturity. They need to reach a stage of self-respect, knowing their worth. Hey, should I really be in this situation? What is my worth? You know, and when these women probably analyze and probably do that introspection, then they would realize, or they would accept help from the people who want to help them.
Now, you have a video out for I Am Woman?
Yes, I have a video out, yes.
And who did you collaborate with for your video?
Well, my musical director, Mr. Anthony Woodruff of Brass Institute, he was the person who, you know, made sure that everything came into reality with the assistance of, well, the videographer itself was a German by the name of Sebastian Gamba. I'm not even sure to pronounce his name. It's a German, but his name is Sebastian. If you all go on YouTube, I haven't placed the video on any channel as yet where there are a lot of subscribers. So it's on my channel. So I'm advising you all to go on YouTube, look for I Am Woman, Keturah, Gamba, and you share that video like wildfire. Just share that video.
Can we expect more music from you on that topic, domestic violence, or do you have other
There is the possibility, but I have something else stored up. You know, it's not the time to release it as yet. I'm focusing on to push I Am Woman, and for Carnival season coming up, here I have another song. I know people will be really shocked because, you know, the image that I put forward there at first is like a totally different. It's the real Keturah Gamba you're seeing, you know? This is lyrics from me. The lyrics from before was written by other writers. And at the end of the day, sexual stuff sells. But there's so much more to life that is deeper than surface level. Have real issues out here that people dealing with every day. So I think I want to touch on some of those topics.
So you're more comfortable doing this as opposed to what you were doing before?
I wouldn't say that. I could easily adjust. But as I said before, it's this epiphany of just wanting to have a positive impact or sending a positive message to others.
It's more meaningful then?
Yeah.
So what were some of your main achievements over the years?
Main achievements? This might be something simple or something trivial to some listeners. But one of my main achievements, well, at least it was a thrilling moment, because remember, it's only 3 years I'm in this industry, so I'm young in the industry. But I recall the first time hearing my music on the radio. That was an experience. I recall there was a fete at Mendes Drive. That was not this carnival season, but the last one. And I remember having a performance of a song called Rude Girl, which was written by Keegan Taylor of Bajan Republic. And oh my God, that was a moment. To see the crowd's reaction, I was like, oh my God, I have this crowd going like this. You know, so that was a wonderful feeling.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Would you say that there have been major challenges or obstacles during your journey as an artist?
Yes, As in anything, there would be challenges, but nevertheless, this is the motivating factor for me to keep going. You know, you meet a lot of people in the industry that, okay, where she come from? She's new. She needs to work at least 10 years or 15 years before some sort of recognition. But viewers and whoever might be listening, I, Keturah Gamba, have no intention of working so long because I know my talent. I know God has blessed me with a wonderful voice and make it even better yet, singing with purpose and with vision and putting a message out there. I have no intentions of waiting that long.
That sounds really, really exciting. Now, I would like to leave the floor open for you at this time to sing a few lines from that song, I Am Woman. So perhaps we can talk a little bit about the lyrics.
Okay, all right. Sitting here by my window, looking out, waiting for you. You say you're gone by a friend, and but me know it's dinner for two. Look me here with your picnic, I'm scared out of my rotted mind. I gotta see about this, just a matter of time. Mama always say, don't let him take you for no fool. But I'm caught in your web and I don't know what else to do. But me tell you that my name is woman. Not no wishy-washy type kind of woman. Me deserve all your realest intention. Whoa, yeah. Me tell you that my name is woman. We deserve love, respect, and attention. Oh, yeah. That's a few lines.
Wonderful. So you spoke about a number of issues you highlighted. Cheating, dinner for two.
Yeah.
That's one thing. So you have a lot of unfaithfulness.
You have unfaithfulness in relationship. In fact, we have unfaithfulness on both sides. Women too are guilty of this.
Yes.
Not just men. So I'm not bashing men completely with this song, but we women are guilty of this too. Also in the other stanza, I had something where some verses were stated, you know, I try to be the best woman that I can possibly be, but you know what? I make a few mistakes at times. So I try to deal with the realities of life, unfaithfulness on both sides. Both parties make mistakes, but at the end of the day, there is no reason to be physically abusive to a woman, or same as a woman should not be physically abusive towards a man.
Right, and we actually have the video on right now. I'm seeing, okay. So there's the child, there is you there having a physical altercation with, I believe, who would be your spouse. I also saw, okay, so there are other people, there are other children there. So this is an actual, this is like a skit, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So you are highlighting what takes place.
Yes. Yeah.
I also saw an earlier clip, I think it was it your mom or a friend?
A woman.
Who is speaking to you, giving advice.
Yeah.
How did you respond to that in the actual video? Were you receptive to her advice? Were you shunning her away?
No, in that video, I was, naturally I'm a receptive person. I'm always willing to listen to an idea or a solution that someone think that might fix a problem. So I'm always open to criticism.
What advice do you have for women out there?
For women out there, my advice to you is stop being in denial. Stop putting on these masks to create an impression for people are not dealing with reality. This does not only pertain to domestic violence, you know, it could be any situation across the board. It's not only domestic violence. So my advice to women out there, remove the mask. You know, the two-faced image is one way for the public, and another way for when you're on your own and probably grieving. Sometimes you need to put things out there to receive the help that is needed and not have any shame as to what this one might think. So that would be my advice to women, and also the most important thing, knowing your worth as an individual.
What advice do you have for men?
Men.
Bearing in mind that they are also abusers.
Yeah. I would say the same thing to men, because in reality, if a man knows his worth, would he lay his hands on a woman? I don't think so. If you understand who you are as a man and the role that you have as a man in a household to lead a family. So, I just want to say one thing. The Bible says that a man should love a woman, but a woman should respect a man. So to me, if a man knows his worth, certain things he wouldn't do. So my advice to men out here is to know your worth and know your standards and work towards a goal to just have the environment that you see fit for you. Yeah.
Men and women, both victims of abuse and even
the abuser.
of abusers. Thank you so much. We've been chatting with Keturah Gamba, and as we leave you now, we would like to leave you with some of her music. So do enjoy, be inspired.